It finally looks like after months of Glen Kamara being on the verge of a Rangers exit, it looks like it's set to happen as the midfielder agrees the move to Leeds United, and it is for $5.5 million. So I'll say $1 million. We know it's not $5.5 million. It's £5.5 million. Personally, I think Rangers have done an absolute wonder deal here, if I'm being perfectly honest, because for me, you look at this. I remember this is probably about 2 seasons ago. I said that Glen Kamara's peak would probably be valued at about 20 million. Here we are after 2 seasons of utter shite for Glen Kamara. Apart from a goal against Leipzig, I'll give him credit for that. His value's only dropped by like 14.5 million. I say only, but I actually think Rangers have done a really good deal here to get 5.5 million, if I'm being honest, because the negotiations here are reaching a crucial stage, and it looks like finally, because I've talked about Glen Kamara, Jesus Christ, man, I've talked about Glen Kamara leaving Rangers for so long, man, and finally, it looks like it's going to be on the verge, it looks like it's done, looks like it is all but done, sort of deal, and 5.5 million is a brilliant piece of business. I mean, Rangers are going to be getting, like, pretty much what they spent on Danilo, for a guy that was never even going to feature again for us, man. And you know what? Even though it's not worked out the past 2 years, you could argue he's threw his toys at the pram. Some people argue because his wee pals left, he threw them at the pram. I think it was going on a wee bit before then. But anyway, Glen Kamara, bye-bye, son. Wish you all the best. You're only 55, big man. Well, not single-handedly, but you understand. But, Middlesbrough and Coventry are also interested. But I don't know, I just can't really see Coventry coming in with a 5.5 million bid for Glen Kamara. I think he's got Leeds written all over it. Daniel Farke has got himself written all over it, man, and hopefully he can turn his career around, because, there's a player in there, he's only 27, he will turn 28 in October, and if he can sort it out, if he can get back to his best, he will be a thriving player when Leeds get promoted back to the Premiership, guys. So all the best to Glen Kamara, and not bad profit for Rangers considering we only brought him in for 50k. If you look at it like that, but Rangers, talking and sticking with Rangers take on PSV tonight. Make sure to go and vote on the poll. There's up for the channel, the prediction poll for that match. It's going to be a good watch later on. I might do myself a wee build a bit. I actually looked at all 4 Scottish teams to qualify, and it's 491 to 1. Now, of course, that is putting Rangers against PSV, Hacking to go out by Aberdeen, Pack to go out against Hearts, which I think those 3, they're all like tough enough ties, but it's doable. It's doable. But then you look at Hibs and Villa, and Hibs are 20 to 1 to beat Aston Villa. They're 10 to 1. Right? Hibs are 10 to 1 at home just to beat Aston Villa at Easter Road. Villa are 3 to 10. To be honest, I think that's probably the biggest, opportunity to print money. I really hope that Hibs can do Scotland proud and boost the coefficients, but like we predicted earlier on in the European preview show, I predicted Villa 5-1. It could really go like only one of 2 ways. Either Hibs turn up and it's a hard fought game and they could sneak a win, they could sneak a draw, or they could even lose 2-1 but it's respectable, or they could literally get destroyed. I mean, Hibs could lead 1-0 for 60 minutes, right? But with the quality that Villa possess, if Villa get like 1 or 2 quick goals, Hibs will collapse. That's the reality of it. And they will end up Hibs in it. Even if Hibs take a 3-0 lead to Villa Park, Villa for me are still the favourites. But yeah, I think what really saves Hibs is actually the fact that Easter Road is first. Because if Hibs actually take a lead, it means they can turn it, they can just park the bus at Villa Park. Literally 2 backs of 5 in front of the goalie. That's all they need. All they need, guys. Holy shit. As I'm about to die. But Hacking's odds actually surprised me. They are Aberdeen are like 13 to 8 to qualify, Hacking are like 4 to 9. Are Hacking really that good? Only time will tell. But anyway, guys, leave your thoughts down below. That is it here on Fog Football. Daniel Farke looks like he's going to get his man, Glen Kamara, 5.5 million. Can't really complain with that, Rangers. And until next time, leave your thoughts down below and Peace.